Hey there, students. This is Mr. Rising, and I want to do a little video with you on the Bungee Jumping with Data lab. I've used this as a lab in classes for years, but it's a really good performance assessment because it gets you doing something, and it's really just a start of the whole process and how to get data and build relationships. Before we get started, you're going to need some supplies, safety glasses or proper glasses, rubber band, measuring tape or meter stick, 6 identical objects. You use like AA batteries. It's going to have maybe a little bit of weight. As you do the experiment, you'll figure it out more so. A hanging point, something that you're going to hang the rubber band from, like a stool, a table, a tree. If you're in a science lab, you might have a stand. And of course, a data sheet. And the data sheet you can just make on a piece of paper. But basically, take a look at this example here. You've got the number of objects, starting with 0 through 6. You're going to record the height, and this little pink bar is an example of what the experiment may look like as you're doing it. So you've got some kind of thing that you're hanging the rubber band from. You've got a container, a vessel, which you'll put the objects in one at a time, and then you'll measure it. Now this is the bottom 0, this is the top of the measuring stick, maybe 1 meter, and you'll record the height of each one. Let me pause the video for 1 second. I'm going to get everything set up and then just show you how to do it, and we'll fill out the chart as we go. I think we're all set. Now you may be asking, why am I even putting on safety goggles? Well, the reason is anytime you put something under tension that has sharp metal bits, I do not want to get a sharp paper clip in my eyeball. And so I'm going to protect myself. Now I went to the recycling basket. I found this plastic bottle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the bottom and make it a container. I should do it so you can see it, right? Try not to cut myself. That was a good idea. I want to poke holes in it on opposite sides, and that's where my my paper clips are going to go through. Try not to. So I've used paper cups in the past as well. They work. Paper cups tend to work really well. I close my knife, right? I'm going to tilt my camera down. You don't need to see my face as much and see what I'm really doing. See if you can even see the sand. Oh, there's the sand. Okay, boom. I've got a paper clip. I'm bending it like the S pattern, right? And then I can hook that inside my cup and do the same thing on the other side. Voila. Now I can take my rubber band like this, and I can hang it over whatever my object is. Now, if that's a lot of background, I apologize. Maybe you can see it better that way. But long story short, as I start putting my batteries or whatever object I'm putting in there, it's nice to have the exact same object. I mean, it works much better if you do it that way. There's a reason why. So I'm going to start putting my objects in. Now, before I put my first object in, I need to record the height of the bottom of this container. Now I've got my measuring tape, and I don't know if you can quite see the bottom of it, but it says here 28 centimeters. I'm going to click in here, 28 centimeters, and I'm counting that as no stretch. My rubber band is not being stretched at all. That's where I'm starting from. So when I put one object in, notice how I'm holding the bottom when I put the object in. If I put it in and it drops, it could break and it could really spring up. See there? It's already under tension. I don't want that paper clip jousting me in the eye. Okay, now I take my measurement. It is at 25.5. So now it's a math class. You got to do the math. How much did it stretch? Well, the stretch is the original height. It's going to be the original height minus the current height. So this would be, let me just put it in here, bridge height at 0 minus the new height. I don't know. I think you'll get what I mean. So 28 minus 25.5 is 2.5 if I did my math right. Okay? Now I'm going to put a second object in. Oh man, it's really stretching now. I don't want to get my face too close. Right? Now when I measure it, I'm down to 21.5. And again, I'm going to subtract that from the original number. 28 minus 1.5 is 6.5. And so on and so forth. So you keep adding your objects. At some point, the rubber band may break. I don't know, might not. You'll figure it out. We're only going to add 6. You could do this experiment multiple times, something you could do in 20 minutes. But then after you do this experiment, you're going to continue on and work on the assignment that I've assigned you. If you're in the pre-algebra class, maybe it's a data analysis. Or if you're in algebraic modeling, it might be something else. The point of this is a way to get physical data, and then you're going to analyze it for part of your grade.